All right, well, thank you so much for doing this today.
Yes.
And we had that great My Lucky Day episode earlier, which had a great rescue for Herrmann. So are there any standout calls coming for either of you in the rest of the season?
I know there's some stuff coming up for Bode because Bode hasn't been out on a call for a while. And so there is some interesting stuff coming up where he gets for the first time to pick up a hose and start working it. And he's normally always telling somebody to do something. And then the Jesse and Taylor's character tried to call Chief an old man, and then he gives them what for. So we've got that episode coming up. But in terms of, we're nearly at the end of the season right now, David?
We're on 12. We're on
Right.
12. So we're going to 16. So yeah, we're approaching.
We're approaching. So yeah, no, most of the time, Bode doesn't get to do anything wonderful and exciting and action hero-y, not as much as David's character. But anytime they want to throw me in the mix, I'm ready to go. That's all I can say.
And David, anything else coming up?
We're just working on something now. We come across a young, amazing man in a structure fire that I don't want to reveal too much, but I think it's a really lovely a story that's kind of relevant to the trials and tribulations of society these days, and it's a significant incident. And I'm excited for it to be revealed and to tell the story. So we've been having fun. I had quite a bit of fun this morning doing some stuff, and it gets serious too. It's very it's heartbreaking since sometimes in life mistakes are made, and where do the consequences end, and where does humanity begin? So it's that's a tease. I hope it's a little bit.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Hello. For both of your characters, I was wondering, what would you say throughout the seasons and just in general was one of the greatest lessons that you learned both as an actor in your career and as a person?
As an actor and as a person coming in to do the show in its first place, as an actor, I had no idea. I had not really taken on board what it was like to be a firefighter and the emotions that kind of go through them. And when I started doing the research, like at the beginning of the season, when we touched upon the firefighters that were Black and the firefighters that were white and the segregation that was around at the time, and then they're coming together and coming into the house. So that House 51 is a house filled with everybody, is full diversity. And that appreciation that I have now as an actor, as a man, for who the fire department, the Chicago Fire Department is going to live with me long past this job or any other job, because Steve Chigarotis has imbued me with his love of the Chicago Fire Department. And I've come across some great men and women while playing this role, and I will be forever grateful and forever changed by it.
Yeah. There is the impact of this show, and it kind of gets the same thing that Eamonn has been saying, stitched into the fabric of being exposed to the real life firefighters and the humanity, the love that they have for people, the sacrifice that they have, and the service that they provide is definitely has a heavy impact. We felt. I think we all felt that after 9/11 to a certain degree, but we've had the privilege, and it's truly a privilege to see the faces of first responders coming into work, and something happened, and sometimes you might be able to go in like, "Hey, you doing all right?" And they'll be like, had this. And you go like, as a civilian, you kind of go, "Wow, that's some heavy stuff. That's some." And it's sometimes it can be a daily or weekly occurrence for the real first responders. So
we only skim the surface of any given feeling of these firefighters and paramedics, and what they truly feel and the ups and downs that they go through, and how much they have to kind of cover it to go back out and do the job again. because they come in and sometimes I don't even get to finish eating. And that's funny on one side, but if you've just come from holding a child in your arms that didn't make it, and now you've got to go and pull somebody off of another kind of traumatic part of their life. And that's, if you have a busy night at the firehouse, these are all dramatic moments that affect your life. And then to see these people cover it, find a place to put it and go back out is, that's where you realize where the hero is. That's why you call them a hero. And they're not wearing their cape on the outside or their underpants over their pants or whatever. It's like the hero is, how do you deal with watching somebody's life who's been ruined in that moment? Give your heart to them, put your arms around them, take them to a hospital, whatever, and then be ready to go and do it again and not have it affect you. And that's my admiration for these people, really, because they put themselves on the line. They are first responders, but they don't just turn up. They put their life on the line. And it's an honor, it's a pleasure for me to see them take on board not only the accidents and stuff that they do, but as I said before, they've handled and tackled some of the issues that are affecting our society right now. These institutions have looked at it and tackled it. And the diversity and the power structure and the hierarchy, they've been dealing with that for a long time, and they've made their way through it better than most parts of society, in actual fact, and that makes me proud. Nothing? Okay.
I hope you're both doing well, and thank you for speaking with us today. I know I joined mid-conversation, so I apologize if this was asked and answered already, but I know Firehouse 51 is about to get another new paramedic. So how will your characters react to this new addition to the team?
She's lovely. She is amazing. And, the fire department is a high turnover, but you're going to love her because you've already met her. Alberto and her have had the run around in their love affair. And so you, the audience, are going to know and love her, but we have taken to her, and it's all going to be fantastic.
I always find my character, because in life and always trying to find a connection with other human beings, that there's always a struggle in trying to find the right roads with somebody. And Herrmann has a tendency. Sometimes it's more of a little bit of nuance, just to wonder why they can't just get it together. And I have in many of the characters, the characters being witness to each other, gone like, just get on with it, will you? Come on.
Get a room.
Just let it unfold. So Herrmann, is very resigned and resolved that, relationships can be difficult, but you just do what you got to do to get through it. But we got to know who's going to end up with who and who might not end up with who, because America wants to know.
Thank you, Cody. Ari, do you have a question real quick? And then we've got to head to the next room.
Yeah, cool. Just quickly, for you guys, you guys have been filming this for many years now in Chicago. In the wintertime, is there a fine theory of getting through those cold winters filming? Have you guys figured out a way to, when those bad storms come in and you guys still have to work? Or are you guys still learning after all these years?
I have the fear
really
of God in me every winter.
What's that, Eamon?
I said, I have the fear of God in me every winter. I am never looking forward to the Chicago winter. Some are milder than others. I don't know about still learning. We've bought all the gear that we can get to get us through it, but we always freeze and we're always uncomfortable when you see it snowing. It's really snowing, and the bit that you can't see is the wind chill, and the bit that you don't realize is sometimes the blood in your face freezes and you can't speak because your mouth won't move. You never get used to that.
Layers are the issue here in Chicago. What does stink is when you're later in you're shooting something that's going to show up in May or June in the show, and they want you to look like it's warm outside, and you're in a shirt, and we had one time where it was 30 degrees out, and I had a t-shirt on, and it's not fun. It gets in your bones, and you just, but this is a can-do show. we've never had at the core of this show anybody that hasn't gone above and beyond to make let's get this, and nobody's ever been like, I'm not working with this, I'm not doing it. Everyone's been like, let's go. And from being stuck in the water of Lake Michigan in January, which wasn't me, thank God, you know, all of our fellow actors, we've all muscled through it. So it's pretty amazing, because I don't know, I think it's a compliment to the people involved here and the commitment. So.
All
Thank you,
right, guys.
David, and
Thank you. We got to
Thank
jump
you.
to the next.